Hello, and welcome to Explain the Charts, your go-to channel for detailed market analysis. Today is November 7th, 2025, and we are taking a deep dive into one of the biggest names in tech, Alphabet or Google. We'll be covering the flood of recent news and then jumping into a multi-timeframe chart analysis to see what the price action is telling us. So let's get right into it. First, let's talk about the fundamental picture, which has been overwhelmingly positive. Alphabet recently crushed its Q3 earnings, reporting its first-ever quarterly revenue of over $100 billion. Net income and earnings per share saw massive year-over-year increases of over 30%. This stellar performance was largely attributed to robust demand for its cloud and AI services. Speaking of AI, that's where the most exciting news is. Google has been rolling out new AI features, powerful new hardware like their TPUs, and has secured significant commercial AI deals, including a major licensing win with Apple. Analysts are taking note, with KeyBank recently raising their price target to an impressive $300 per share. This comes on the heels of GOOGL's stock experiencing its sharpest rally in 20 years during the third quarter. Even a major antitrust case had a more favorable outcome than expected, adding to the bullish sentiment. However, it's not all clear skies for Alphabet. There are some ongoing concerns, such as disputes with Disney over YouTube TV contracts that could affect subscriber numbers. More importantly, the AI landscape is intensely competitive. While Google's Gemini AI is a powerful tool, it currently holds a small fraction of the market share compared to OpenAI's ChatGPT. Some analysts have pointed to this competitive risk as a primary concern for investors. We've also seen reports of some insider selling and continued heavy capital deployment, which are noted as offsetting factors to the bullish news. Now, let's see how all of this news has translated into price action on the charts. We're starting here on the daily chart to get the big picture view of Google. As you can see, the stock has been in a powerful uptrend for most of the year, rallying from a 52-week low near $140 all the way to a new all-time high. Let's zoom in on the most dramatic recent price action, starting from late September. Right here on October 30th, you can see this massive gap up. The stock closed around $275 the day before and opened near its all-time high of $291.59. This was a direct reaction to those blockbuster Q3 earnings and the positive antitrust ruling. That price of $291.59 now stands as a critical resistance level, the highest price the stock has ever reached. However, notice what happened immediately after hitting that peak. We saw a sharp reversal and a significant sell-off over the next couple of days. This is a classic sell the news event, where traders who bought in anticipation of good news took their profits once it was announced. This pullback found some initial support around the $277 level. Since that post-earnings volatility, the price has been recovering steadily throughout early November. We are currently trading around the $284 to $285 mark. From this daily perspective, we have a clear resistance at the all-time high of $291.59. The first key support level to watch on a pullback is the recent low around $277. A more significant support zone exists around $275, which was the price level just before that massive gap up. If the price were to fall and fill that gap, it could be a bearish sign in the short term, but also a potential buying opportunity for long-term bulls. Now let's switch to the 1-hour chart to analyze the shorter-term trend from this past week. We can see the recovery from the lows near $277 has been methodical. The price has been making a series of higher highs and higher lows, which is the definition of a short-term uptrend. Yesterday, on November 6th, we saw a strong push-up towards $288. This $288 level seems to be acting as immediate short-term resistance. The price has since pulled back slightly, finding some stability around $284. For intraday traders, the high of yesterday around $288 is the level to beat for bulls. Support can be found at the recent consolidation area around $284 and then lower near $281. Drilling down one more time to the 15-minute chart, We can see the price action from yesterday and today. Notice the high volume on the push-up to $288 yesterday, followed by a lower volume pullback. This can be a bullish sign, suggesting that conviction was stronger on the way up than on the way down. Currently, the price is consolidating in a tight range. A break above yesterday's high of $288.35 would be a strong bullish signal for the short term. Conversely, a break below the recent support around $284 could signal further consolidation or a deeper pullback. Alright, let's recap everything and look ahead. The fundamental news for Google is largely bullish, driven by incredible earnings and leadership in AI, though competition remains a key factor to watch. On the charts, the long-term trend is undeniably up. The key resistance level is the all-time high at $291.59. Immediate resistance is at the recent high of $288. Key support levels are $284, the recent low of $277, and the major gap fill level around $275. So, what are the potential scenarios? A bullish scenario, which I see as having about a 60% probability, would involve the price breaking and holding above $288. This would open the door to a retest of the all-time high at $291.59, especially if we get positive market sentiment or good news about their Gemini AI. A bearish scenario, with about a 40% probability, would see the price fail to break $288 and fall below the $284 support. This could lead to a test of the $277 low and potentially a move to fill the gap down to $275. This would be reinforced by broader market weakness or negative news regarding their competition with OpenAI. In the immediate short term, we could also see continued consolidation between the $284 support and $288 resistance. The main thing to watch for is a decisive break of this range. Also, keep a close eye on any news related to the rollout of Gemini 3, as that is being touted as a major near-term catalyst. That's our analysis of Google for today. Thank you for watching Explain the Charts. Please remember, this video is for informational and educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always conduct your own research and consult with a financial professional before making any investment decisions. Trade smart, and we'll see you in the next video.